Alright, so now for this assignment, let's create a new file. And hopefully you've gotten some practice with a pen tool already from the template from the previous assignment. So here's the new file. We're going to label this. This is going to be called Basic Shapes. Instead of 8.5 by 11, because that's going to be a vertical format, we want this to be a horizontal format. So instead of switching the numbers here, you can just press the orientation from portrait to landscape right here, and that'll automatically switch those dimensions up there. And then you're just going to create. So now you have a new file, and then over here, I'm going to park this really quick. So now I'm going to show you guys layers on Illustrator. So here's my layers window. And if you don't have this, all you have to do is go to window up top and locate your layers window. So by default, just like in Photoshop, you're going to start with one layer first. And instead of the background layer, in Illustrator, it's going to be called layer 1. So now that you have your layers window open and you've located your layer 1, which is this thing, you're going to take your Basic Shapes resource and drag it and open it into Illustrator. Oops. And grab your Move tool, which is this black arrow right here. This is your selection tool. And let's just try to center this on page as much as we can. And there it is. And if you notice, this is, because this is selected, it's got a blue cross on it, or a blue X on it. And that blue guideline corresponds to this layers guideline right here. I think I mentioned that on a previous video. So now that you have this, we're going to set this as our template. And this process is pretty much how you go about taking your sketches and digitizing them or taking them into a vector format. So you're going to have layer 1, and then what we're going to do with layer 1 is we are going to double click this, and then a new window should pop up that looks like this, and then we're going to hit template, and then this will automatically dim your images to 50%. So everything that's in layer 1 will be dimmed to 50% once you click OK. And if you see this, now your layer 1 is locked, and it's also dimmed from what it was before. So let me hit undo. That's what it looked like before, and that's what it looks like now. Now this will be your template layer, so you can leave this as layer 1, or you can double click this. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to call this template. And we're going to create another layer, which is right here. Or you could also go here, new layer. I'm just going to press this, and this will be layer 2. And I'm going to double click this and rename this outline. Now this layer is the layer that we're going to be using our pen tool to trace all of these shapes right here. So that's how you set this up, and this is pretty much the same process that I do when I work with logos, and I take my sketches from my sketchbook, copy and paste them onto a layer, turn that layer into a template, and then open a new layer, and that's where I work on the outline, so I don't end up messing around with my original template or my original sketch.